4 Orange County Sheriff's Office investigation vans at the house of George and Cindy Anthony today. Sheriff's Captain Angelo Nieves says deputies found evidence at the site where Caylee Anthony's remains were found last week and needed additional items from the house she shared with her mother and grandparents. The property is taped off, at least it was, as a crime scene. Investigators arrived with a search warrant and several empty boxes.
That search warrant was in regards to probable cause that was developed over the past several days as part of this ongoing investigation. The crime scene investigators, the lead investigators, along with Sergeant John Allen, returned to the scene, conducted a search while the Anthonys were present.
Also today, deputies left the crime scene about a quarter of a mile from that house and allowed the public access to that site. Casey Anthony's defense team was notified before the scene was released, but Jose Baez's office reportedly notified deputies they would not inspect the site. A large group of people did take advantage of the chance to get a first-hand look at that site where Caylee's remains were found. Well, now that the crime scene has been cleared and the Anthony home searched once again, the question now is, what is next in the case against Casey? News 13's Melissa Crabtree spoke to a criminal defense attorney long before the body was found. Says a finding like this would force the defense to change strategies.
It seems that all the evidence they have suggests premeditation, which pretty much negates the not guilty by reason of insanity. I think it's unlikely that any doctor would find her to have been not guilty or been insane at the time that the death occurred.
Now that Orange County Sheriff's investigators are through with the crime scene, it seems any more answers to this case will have to wait until Anthony goes to court. Defense expert Richard Hornsby says before there was a body, Anthony's defense team seemed to be charging towards reasonable doubt. However, with the discovery of the toddler just down the street, Anthony may have to change her defense strategy.
She testified on her behalf, and she said, okay, my daughter died, and here's what really happened. Well, the problem that she then has to overcome is that for this entire time, she's been wearing photos of her daughter, find my child, find this, there's been no acceptance of responsibility, there's never been any remorse.
As hundreds of people place their goodbyes at this memorial site, outrage against Casey Anthony grows. But it's possible her cool demeanor could benefit her case.
It's to everybody that's watching this that there's something wrong with her mentally. And so a good defense attorney would use that to his advantage. He would approach a state with it. He would approach a judge with it. He would argue for a mitigated sentence based upon mental deficiency.
Hornsby says we will most likely never hear from Casey on the stand, but rather doctors and friends.
The prosecutors that are working on this case are excellent. They would totally destroy her, which would not be good for her.
Anthony's trial is set for March. Jose Baez says there are still facts about the case that need to be revealed. Meanwhile, the Orange County Sheriff's Office is telling people to stay away from the crime scene where the remains were found. Patrol cars will be cruising by regularly, and cameras have been installed. Reporting in Orange County, Melissa Crabtree, News 13.
Dozens of toys that left at that crime scene over the last several days where Caylee's remains were found, all part of that memorial for the young girl who touched so many lives in just a matter of months. But we have learned the Anthonys have decided to take all of those toys and donate them to underprivileged children for the holidays. In the case against Casey, you can kind of continuing coverage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We also have crime scene photos, news conferences, and a timeline of events in this case on our website. Just head to cfnews13.com.